Alright boys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you an active recovery process that I go through on a near daily basis. We're going to start off with banded bicep curls. Now I'm going to recommend that you do this in the hammer curl fashion. The goal of this is to drive blood into your elbow. We're aiming for 50 to 100 total reps of this. By the end of it, you should feel a very massive pump in both your forearm and your bicep, and in particular in that outside elbow area. Now what this does is allows blood to rush into your tendons, into your ligaments, into your overall joint. It allows it to get the nutrients and basically the grease that it needs to recover and also get stronger. And this is something that a lot of people neglect, is their tendons and ligaments, and they don't understand how much of a role that plays in their overall performance in the gym and their longevity in the whole bodybuilding, weightlifting type of sport that we're in. Because if your structure, which is your joints, your bones, your ligaments, is weak, you are going to get snapped up, and that's, of course, catabolic. You don't want that. So again, to repeat, you'll be doing this for 50 to 100 reps. This is not something that you're going to want to be anywhere near failure on when you're doing it. This is purely for the blood, purely for the pump. Do not push to failure. Do not do anything that's going to be hard to recover from. This is active recovery. This is not a workout. All right, moving on, we're doing press downs with the band. Same thing, we're going to aim for 50 to 100 total reps. You're going to want to do it in the mid-range. No point in locking this out. There's no point in trying to get a mind-muscle connection with your triceps. The whole point of this is to simply feel blood in your elbow. Flex. When you're doing this, you almost want to think about like you're flexing your elbow and not your tricep. The goal is to get the blood into the elbow. So as you can see here, I'm not locking out the reps. I'm not doing any like special form or technique to target the tricep. It's specifically just to get blood into the elbow. If you are somebody who struggles with tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, or you have just tendonitis problems in general, this is something that can definitely help alleviate that issue. It's going to do a lot for you. It won't mitigate it entirely, get rid of it at all overall, but it will 100% aid in the process of getting rid of it over time. And again, this is something that if you do it for long enough, the result is that you create bulletproof elbows that can handle any exercise that you throw at it. And here I'm just showing off the pump, making some pretty good progress in the biceps, making some pretty good progress in the triceps. My arms are really coming along. Next, we're moving on to extensors of the forearm. This here is a little physical therapy thing that I bought on Amazon. I'll link it in the description if I can. Basically what you do is you wrap it around your fingers like so, and then you basically just open your hand up, and this is further strengthening that area in the forearm. It's also very good for building up strength and stability in your wrists. So if you're somebody who has achy wrists like myself, your wrists are on the weaker side, they're a problem for you, these are a godsend for dealing with that issue. And what you're doing here is you're hitting a movement that you don't do often. In the gym, we typically are grabbing onto weights and we're doing that crushing motion where we're closing the hand very often for hundreds and hundreds up to thousands of reps throughout the weeks and months that we train. And oftentimes this motion here, the opposite, where you're opening up the hand, is neglected and actually never performed. And so you create an imbalance in your forearms and in your all the way from your fingers to your wrist to your elbow, where basically one side is much stronger than the other and it gets tight, and that can lead to tendonitis problems, that can lead to achy wrist, that can lead to a bunch of instability in that area as well. If you don't have the rubber band as I do, you can also just do it without it like this, little flicker motions with your hands over time. Same thing, you're going to aim for 50 to 100 reps, just hitting the other hand here as well. Now what you're going to want to do, you'll want to repeat this about 3 times. And as far as how often you should do this, you can do it 3 times a week, if not every single day. You can even utilize this as a form of nucleus overload, as it's something that's repeatable and easy to recover from, and actually does lead to a pretty good stimulus over time if frequency is accounted for. Now this is, again, not something that is meant to hypertrophy the muscles. This is just meant to help your joints recover adequately so that you can continue to push them hard in your actual workouts. That's all for today. Thank you for your time.